Hello, welcome to Teresa Marie Art and Design and the artist. The artist is an acronym for advocate, respect, truth, inspire, spiritual, teach, and serve. I wanted to talk about an artist who had an influence on my life. He was my advertising design teacher at SCROC, is what we called it, but it stands for the Southern California Regional Occupational Center. And I went to a program when I was a senior in high school, and it was a trade school, and we learned advertising design. He was a working marketing and design director, and he taught us about trends, recognizing trends that need to happen and recognizing and marketing products that need to fulfill a need. So, right now in this year of 2021, think about what are your needs? What was your need last year of 2020? And be a creative problem solver, a creative thinker. That was one of the other things that Stephen West taught, was being a creative problem solver and a creative thinker, and not just focusing on what's going wrong, but yes, focus on what's going wrong, but see a solution. Think of a solution. So I wanted to just show something, just kind of a fun little project that I worked on for my garden. And I go to a lot of estate sales. I pick up a little things along the way, and I put together this thing, and it is a heart-shaped ceramic little, could be used for a planter. I live in the Pacific Northwest, so I have a lot of clam and scallop shells. And what I did here is I walked along the beach, and I know you could find these. This is sea glass, and I covered it with a glaze to make it look wet. And then I took a little bit of this gold paint and I painted the edge right here. So this is the paint. It's an acrylic paint. It's a Dr. Martin iridescent. It's a calligraphy paint, and it has a copper plate gold. So I just used that, painted that. And then I found this little frog, and it was black, and he was kind of beat up. And so here's the bottom color, just so you could see the bottom color. But just being creative and having fun. I'll probably give this as a gift. I've been selling these kind of things on my Etsy site. My Etsy site is Teresa Marie, the number 4 art on Etsy.com. And I've been just selling these little funky things from the garden, and I'm really surprised people are buying them. And what I did here is I painted a green paint, and then I used the gold and painted it here on the frog, and I covered it with a UV glaze to protect it. So this is the paint I used. It's a Deco Art patio paint. And then I also added just a little bit of this one, which is also a calligraphy paint, and it's acrylic. So I added just a little touch of that. And then I found this rock that's like a heart shape. So that, and the rock is kind of like almost a really deep black, but then in the middle it was like cement, and it was white. So I covered that with that same gold, and I used this gold here and painted that in here and on the back. So it's like a broken heart. And then I used this red paint, which is the same Deco Art patio paint. And then I covered it with a glaze to protect it. So I used the sealer, or you could use any kind of UV glaze, and I covered that to protect it. So I live in the Pacific Northwest. We have lots of moss and lichen and things. And this is the heart. I don't want to it has water in it from rain, but it's heart shaped like this. And I have just all kinds of different moss and lichen in there. And then I also have this strawberry that's a mountain strawberry. It's native to the Pacific Northwest. And it just seeded itself. So it's right here. And I just thought that was cool. So this is cement and it's a heart shaped. And I may end up gifting that to somebody who likes garden art, and I'm going to also update my Etsy site. It's on Etsy and it's not selling. So I'm going to see and if this would sell with this kind of idea. And that's what I've done on my Etsy. Some things are not selling. I just try to, be creative, and then I update things and then they sell. But I also wanted to ask, just let you know that you can do things that are very creative. This didn't cost me hardly any money. I just bought little pieces here and there at garage sales, estate sales. I got things that were on sale, and I have a bee right here. So it's, my apple trees behind me, they finally have budded and they got little flowers. So that was a bee behind me. He's pollinating the apple trees. So just think of some creative things, and uh, it's just really fun to just not be focused on the negative, but focus on the positive and try to problem solve and be a creative thinker, creative problem solver. I wanted to show you a little bit of my garden, and I've been also as a creative thinker and problem solver. So I have my rain barrels right here, and I've emptied all my rain barrels and I've been watering all my plants with the rain water, and that saves money. I have my rose bushes right here and my right all here, and I've been fertilizing them. I have my raised beds over here, and I have all my bird baths. I changed the location of my bird baths, and I put them over here. So those are ways to save money, ways to be a creative problem solver, a creative thinker. I'll let you see some of the, here's another thing that I did that's kind of fun. This also has moss and lichen in it, and I just found this little wire heart shape, and I just collect moss that off the trees and the branches, and I just put it in there. And I have some little birds in there. So these are just fun little garden art, and just try to always be thinking of a need, recognizing a need, and trying to fulfill that need and meet a need. So thank you very much, and look forward to talking with you next Sunday. I've been busy with two of my adult kids. I went to the Eugene area, and the sun there is a little bit different. The weathers are a little bit different. So they've, Eli has been working on their garden with their roommates, and they have this flourishing garden. Mine's a little behind because I live a farther up in the Pacific Northwest. So things start growing a little bit later. But I love talking with you, and just contact me if you have creative ideas, and let's think of some creative problem solving. Have a happy Sunday.